No, Toby. And there's Tilly Minnie. And welcome to a reading vlog, I guess. Don't know what kind of reading vlog this will be, but yeah, here we are. So you guys will have probably just seen a lot of b-roll in the intro before this clip of different things I've been up to recently. I should have made a list before I start filming this clip because I know there's a lot of things I want to talk about, but my brain is empty of all thoughts right now. Also, how cute are my nails? Let's ignore my disgusting fingers, but how freaking cute my nails. These are inspired by Sailor Moon, and I just thought I'd show them. Anyways, yeah, welcome to a new reading vlog of sorts. So what have I been up to recently, you may ask, or you may not ask, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I've got to be honest with you, I'm not in a reading slump, but I'm in a like all I want to do is watch anime and k-drama kind of like slump, which isn't a slump, but that's all I've been doing basically. So I'll tell you what I have read so far. I did read Yellowface by R.F. Kong. This comes out in, I think it's May, I'm pretty sure it's May, and I read this so much faster than I thought, and I love this so much more than I thought I was going to as well, because wow, like guys, you are not ready for this. Like, this is my first R.F. Kong book, and Miss Rebecca did not let me down. I went into this kind of roughly knowing what it was about, and with expectations that were not very high. I expected to go into this and think it was like a decent read. I was thinking it was going to be like a 3-star read, but boy was I wrong. This was a 5-star read. This is the easiest 5 stars I've ever given. This book was so incredible, and this is considered like literary fiction. Now, I do not read literary fiction. The only fiction I generally read is like translated fiction occasionally. So I am not a lit fic gal. Like, I am not. I'm a fantasy romance gal. Like, you guys know this. But my goodness, this book was just... I don't even have the words. Well, I'm lying, I do, because I wrote a long ass review on this book on Goodreads, but I am struggling to kind of think of the words right now. I just, yeah, I started this book on the 1st of April and I finished it on the 3rd, and I read most of this in one sitting because I could not put it down. So yeah, this book just totally exceeded my expectations in every possible way. The writing style, I have never read a book like this, like ever. Like, this has such an intimate writing style, which is probably a weird way to describe it, but that's exactly what this is. It's so incredibly intimate to the point that you feel like you're in the main character's head. And I've said that before about books, but with this, like, R.F. Kuang had me delusional because I was unbelievably convinced that Jude, our main character, existed in real life. Like, I was waiting for the train and I was thinking, like, I wonder, like, if Jude sits here and reads like I do when she's waiting for the train, and I was like, what the hell am I thinking? Jude is not real. And I was just so, like, I don't know what the word is, but then I realized that's literally the point of this book, is to convince you and make you realize that people like Jude do exist in the real world. I think her name's Jude, or is it June?
A few moments later.
Okay, it's June, not Jude, but never mind. People like June do exist in the world, and that is literally the point. And just, yeah, this book is so intimately written. It will make you uncomfortable. It will make you face things about yourself. It is just a masterpiece. Honestly, genius. Like, genius is the best thing to describe R.F. Kuang. Like, honestly. I'm struggling to like really put forward my thoughts, and I could talk about this book for hours because I haven't stopped thinking about it since I finished it. It's currently the 11th or 12th of April right now, and I still haven't picked up another book since, and I still can't stop thinking about it because this book just really does leave a mark, and it's just totally unforgettable. There's nothing like this ever that I've read, and I don't think there ever will be. This book basically rips apart the publishing industry. It talks about lack of diversity, performative activism, cancel culture, toxic online discourse, and the impacts that they can have, and how all of us are complicit in this kind of system. Oh my god, there's a black cat in my garden. Ah! There's a black cat in my garden! Frankie! He looks like you! Oh my goodness! I've never seen this cat before. Oh my god, you're so cute. Oh, you are so cute. Where are you going? Sorry, I got distracted by the adorable cat that was in my garden just now. But I'm going to pull up my review. So I will have my review linked down below anyway, so you can read the full thing. I have put it on Goodreads. So let me just get it up because I know there's so many things I want to talk about and I'm just going to forget. And this book is worth talking about, like whether you're planning to read this or not. Please just go and read the reviews for this book and read it. I think it's so important, and it will literally just blow your mind. Like, I swear, it will blow your mind. Like, if me, a fantasy romance gal who doesn't read literary fiction, gave this book 5 stars, then what does that tell you? So in my review, I talk about it, how at first I wasn't really feeling it. I didn't really understand what the author was trying to say or do. And then after a while, I was like, okay, I get it. Like, I get it. Like, this character is so dislikable, so irritating, and you hate her, but you cannot stop reading. I don't know how an author can do that, give you such an unfavorable character, but make you still want to read. And the best and I think most genius part about this is a book that is about racism as well. And R.F. Kuang tells that, I don't want to say the word story, but kind of shows you that experience through the eyes of our main character June, who is in fact white. And basically she steals her friend Athena's work after she dies who is not white and is a minority, and she steals her work. The best thing about this book is it shows you how our main character is racist in such like just ways that the main character themselves does not consider to be racist but are inherently racist, and she's so wrapped up in her own privilege and ignorance that she doesn't even realize it. And it's just so clever. Like, for Kwang to be able to do that and show all of these things was just like, it blew my mind. And honestly, like, yeah. So this is one of the bits that I wrote. This is a book written with such an intimate prose that it makes you uncomfortable. It makes you question the publishing industry, performative activism, and cancel culture, as well as yourself. It makes you realise that being online at some point, you will have been complicit in the toxicity of it all. It's so incredibly nuanced in these discussions that it's confusing, but in the best possible way. Should we feel sorry for June? Does she deserve it? Who is right? Where is the line drawn? It makes you think that the protagonist does deserve the treatment she gets because she is a racist and a terrible person, but when you read this book, you're experiencing the world as June. It's also very nuanced with this, but highlights how certain authors, mostly white, come away unscathed from harmful things they do and say, but also how others' livelihoods are destroyed and how Twitter plays a huge part in publishing and the lives of authors. It makes you realise that even if someone isn't blatantly racist, a lot of the time they are without even realising due to unconscious bias. This book is extremely clever. It calls out the publishing industry for not being diverse enough through using a white protagonist in first person, and shows how simple thoughts and actions that our main character does are layered in racism and ignorance without her ever contemplating it, and how the publishing industry and online book community are complicit with how they treat authors. I would say the whole like middle part of this book is mostly Twitter discourse, and some people like I saw say they didn't really like that part, or like they, you know, they just didn't get it. I love that part the most. I thought so many interesting points were made, and it was so interesting to see the author's perspective of it, to see like online users' perspectives and people who were directly impacted, and obviously like people who'd be offended by certain things. So I feel like Kwang did this really interesting thing of giving you all these different viewpoints while still giving you that kind of first person narrative from a white person. And it was just like, I just don't know how she did it. Like, I really don't know how she pulled off this masterpiece, to be honest. Like, I'm still like just so, I don't know what the word is, but like I'm flummoxed, that's the word. Like, I just can't even begin to comprehend like the genius. Like, I just can't. But another thing that I did put in my review was how it also calls out the toxic behaviour online, from death threats to cancelling someone without any evidence to back up these claims of problematic behaviour, to performative activism for clout online, and how some people on the internet do not care about the truth but just want to be hateful. It just has a very interesting commentary on kind of how Twitter has such a hand in like the publishing industry, how certain authors, mostly white, get away with almost anything, the kind of, you know, after effects of online discourse and different things like that. It was just so incredibly interesting, and it definitely does kind of show you how like so many things online nowadays massively influence so many industries, specifically the publishing industry. And it also does talk about tokenism as well, and the way that the author brings up this point is again so incredibly clever through the main character. Like, honestly, it's just so funny to me that I think this is published by HarperCollins. I honestly can't remember who publishes this. Is it HarperCollins? I think it is. But it just made me laugh how like they still went ahead and published this when they're literally being called out. Like, it's just so good. And the way this ends as well just is so amazing, because it just amplifies the main point of the book. Obviously, I'm not going to give spoilers, but let's just say the fact that our main character thinks they have a shot of redemption and can come away unscathed in the future tells you everything you need to know about the publishing industry and what it enables with specific authors. Like, that was just so clever. Like, my jaw was on the floor when I read that, when I realized that that was what it was doing with the ending. I was in shock, So I will just read my last little summary from my review because I do feel like this sums up really well, and I know I've talked about this for quite a while now, but like this is one of the best books I've ever read, so I need to shout about it, okay? And where else am I going to do that except for on my booktube channel? Well, I will do it at work when this book comes out. I will be hand selling this book so much at the bookstore when it comes out, but for now I'm gonna tell you guys about it. So I put, this dark, satirical and amazingly written novel takes a close look at how deeply rooted racism is everywhere, whether you initially realize it at first or not. It is an exact reflection of the current publishing world and toxic behavior online. It is a book that you will never forget. So yes, those are all my thoughts on this book. 5 stars, incredible. Seriously, I implore every single person to go and read this. It is so incredible. I will never forget this book, and it brings up so many important issues, and I just loved it. I honestly loved it, and I'm still in shock because I really didn't think this was going to be 5 stars. I really thought that I wouldn't really understand some of this, or maybe I wasn't clever enough or socially aware enough. But I did, I got it, and I think everybody will. And I think it's just such an incredible book, if I haven't already emphasized that point enough. And yeah, like, just go and read it. Please go and read it. Like, it's just an incredible book. You will not be able to put it down. The way this is written has a thriller-esque vibe to it as well. And I've never felt so tense reading a book. Like, I felt like so anxious the whole time I was reading this. Like, it really does suck you in so much into this world, and yeah, just wow, just wow. Okay, I'm gonna shut up about it because my camera's telling me I've been filming for 17 minutes already. Sorry. So yes, anyways, I did read that book. Haven't read a book since because this was just so good. Thank you so much to HarperCollins for sending me an early copy of this book. I literally will forever be grateful. I will forever have you in my heart for sending this masterpiece my way. Like, I am forever in your debt, okay? But anyways, we'll link my review down below if you want to read the full review, and there are lots of other interesting reviews on there. I would highly recommend you check out all the other reviews on Goodreads because you can see like all the different perspectives and things. But yeah, anyways, I did read that book. Since then, picked up a few other books. Have not finished any yet. So I have decided to reread Tokyo Ghoul. I think when I started reading this series it was in 2020, and I think I got up to volume 8 and then I didn't have the other volumes yet, but I do own all of them. So I randomly am just in the mood to reread it. I've been watching the anime again, so I decided to do that. So I did start rereading it, and when I say rereading it, like, I've literally read this much. When I went out for lunch with my sister earlier, she was doing some university work, so I decided to start reading this. So yeah, I'm going to be rereading some of the volumes and then reading the other volumes for the first time. So excited. Cannot wait. I love Kaneki, and I just really, really love the story. I love the art style. I'm just very excited to reread this. Then I have my Patreon buddy read for the month, which is Air Awakens by Elise Kova. I've read an Elise Kova book before and I did enjoy it, but wasn't absolutely blown away. So my expectations for this aren't incredibly high. I'm on page 34 at the moment, and what I will say so far is this is very juvenile in the style of the writing, and it's not giving me the bookish vibes I thought it would. Like, our main character is a bookworm, works in a library, but it's not really giving me them vibes that much so far, and I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but it has kind of got straight to the point, which I do kind of like. I feel like it will be a fast read, so I am reading this for Patreon. I will be filming a vlog, and I definitely do need to make some more progress. Then I again started this book, but I've read 8 pages. This is called Idle Burning by Rin Usami, and I decided to get this once I saw my friend Kat from Bambino Katarina talk about it in one of her videos, and it sounded like my type of book. This is a translated novel. I love translated fiction, and this one as well is kind of talking about, like, I think it's otaku is how you say it. So that culture, and also kind of parasocial relationships with like idols and stuff. And yeah, I just think it will be a very, very interesting read. I'm very, very excited, especially from what Kat said about it. So I've only read the first 8 pages. I don't really have any thoughts on it so far, but I am excited to see, obviously, how this goes. And the coolest thing about this as well is it has like little illustrations on the chapter headings, and to me this is just giving Alice Oseman Solitaire vibes. Like, that's what it reminds me of. So those are all the books I've been reading. I'm aware this clip is probably incredibly long, So if you're still here, go make yourself a cup of tea or a coffee or something. Reward yourself, because wow, the fact you're still here listening to me waffle on is an achievement. Anyway, I have been neglecting my reading because I have been watching a lot of different things. So if you've been here for a while or you've just watched some of my vlogs, you may have heard me talk about my all-time favorite show, which is a Chinese drama called Falling Into Your Smile. You can watch it on Netflix. At least you can in the UK. I think it might be on Viki, but I'm not sure. I absolutely love that. It's my favorite show ever, and I rewatch it all the time just to feel something, just to feel alive. I just love it. And I've never found anything similar until I happened upon a drama, which is again I think another Chinese drama called Go Go Squid. Do not let the name fool you. It definitely has Falling Into Your Smile vibes, so if you love Falling Into Your Smile, go and watch it. I haven't finished it yet. I think I'm like on episode 20 something, but I'm loving it. It's basically about a girl falling for a gamer, and it's so good. It's so good. I love it. So I have been watching that. I also decided to start watching Alchemy of Souls again. I started it and then like kind of left off because those episodes are ridiculously long. They're like an hour and something long each. So I have started that again, and I can't remember how far in I am, but I'm loving it. It's so good. And then I have watched a lot of anime as well. So I started Hell's Paradise. Like none of these anime are out in full yet. It's like weekly episodes, which is just like so annoying. But anyway, I started Hell's Paradise, watched the first episode, really loved it, bought volume 1 of the manga, can't wait to read it. I'm also currently watching, and this is where I'm going to mess up her name, Why Raeliana Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion. I just bought the manhwas of volume 1 and 2, or manhwas, I still can't remember, and I'm so excited to read them. But I did watch the first episode of the anime, absolutely loved it, so freaking excited. It's like a fantasy romance. And then I also started watching Yamada Kunta LV 999, I think. It's something along those lines. That one so far is so good. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And then I watched this Chinese anime, which was called Psychic Princess, I think. That is literally Yeon of the Dawn. If you're looking for an anime that gives Yeon of the Dawn vibes and is also criminally underrated and is also literally just a tragedy that there's not a second season, then that's the one for you. There is only one season of it, but this anime I binged in one sitting. I watched every single episode back to back. Absolutely loved it. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I hope it gets translated into an English like physical publication so I can buy it. But I friggin' loved it. This is so Yeon of the Dawn vibes, historical fantasy romance. 10 out of 10, absolutely loved it, highly recommend. And then finally I started Naruto yesterday, and why did no one tell me it was peak comedy? Like, I have laughed out loud so many times. I'm only like 7 episodes in, and I know like the first like original anime of Naruto has like over 200 episodes, and then there's like Naruto Shippuden or something. I don't know how you say it. I know there's a couple of movies, and then there's Boruto. So I have a long ways to go. Yeah, I think there's like 400 and something episodes. So yeah, there's a long way to go, but I have started, and it's so freaking funny, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So that's why I've been doing no reading, basically. I've been watching all of those shows, and yeah, it's just taken over my life. But I think I maybe just overdid it with like my reading challenge and stuff. I was just reading like a lot, and I've lost my mojo a bit, so I need to get back into it. So that's why I wanted to film this extremely long clip to update you guys on my mental state, apparently, to kind of tell you and convince you to read Yellowface. And yeah, that's pretty much everything that I had to say. If you're still here, seriously, like, I love you. Like, I absolutely love you. Like, thank you for staying here and listening to all that. That's kind of everything. I think for now I want to do some editing and some emails, and then I have some other things to do, and then I think I might do some reading sprints on Patreon and get some reading done. I really need to sort out my library. I literally have not been in there in so long. I've literally just been here all the time, but I want to go and like clean out my library and like make it all nice and cozy, and hopefully just sit in there and do some reading. But yeah, anyways, that is all of my updates and my very, very long clip. Let me know down below how you guys are doing. How has life been treating you recently? Have you read any mind-blowing books? Have you watched any mind-blowing anime or K-dramas or just any shows? Do you have any recommendations? Let me know down below. I'd love to chat to you guys in the comments and just catch up. But yes, anyways, I hope you're having a wonderful day or night, wherever you are right now, whenever you're watching this video, and that this video is maybe bringing you some form of comfort or happiness, hopefully, rather than anything negative, and that you're just having a good time right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Goodbye. Hi guys, so I don't have any reading updates for you, but I've had like a lot of comments on my recent videos asking to see like my new office space, so I figured I would give you guys a mini desk tour. I'm not going to show you like a full office tour because this is our spare room and it's still full of like junk from when we very first moved in this house like 2 years ago that I still haven't sorted out. So yeah, I'm not going to show you the entire room because I do not want to embarrass myself on the internet, and also it's not like related to my actual like workspace, so there's no point. So I'll just show you guys my desk, and yeah. Okay, so this is my desk setup so far. This is what it looks like. So yeah, I love it. It's not finished. I still need like bits for the walls and stuff, and like this wall here I want to do some stuff to, and things like that, but for now this is what it looks like and I love it. So first off we have these shelves. So my boyfriend Jamie actually makes these shelves. He has an Etsy store where he sells these shelves, so you can get them made in like different sizes and colours and stuff. This isn't an ad, but of course, a disclaimer, he is my partner, so yeah, bear that in mind. But I will link his business down below if you guys do want to check it out. But he very kindly made me these two shelves. So these are like actual real oak shelves that he sanded down. I love the colour of them. So I just have two small ones on this wall here. And originally I wanted them directly above the desk, but then I realised that it would just kind of like be in the way. So it's worked out really well that we decided to put them here. So I might have some more shelves put up here at some point. But for now, these are the shelves and I love them. So up here I just have this Birth of Venus statue I got from TK Maxx. And then I have some pink like aesthetic books. So I just thought these matched like the colour scheme I was going for. So I put some like pinkish ones there. So I think these are just the Waterstones editions of Six Crimson Cranes and the Dragon's Promise. And then this one, and then this poetry collection. And then up here I do have this, but I need to charge it. Which you guys probably saw me absolutely break down over in a reading vlog recently, where I literally just started crying because I was so excited. But this opens up as a book and it's a light, so usually I have it open on the top with the light on, but it needs charged, so I've just got it up there for now until I remember to do that. Then we have this little Gojo pop figure thing. I think it's Pop Vinyl, Pop Funko. So this is one of the exclusive ones and I just loved it, and I just thought he looked so cute up here and like matched the vibes. And then I have this random fake plant because I can't take care of real ones, they always die. So this is from TK Maxx and I just thought it was a nice splash of green to the shelf. Okay, so the bottom shelf I have this fake plant again. This one's from Primark, and then I have this Valaris candle that is from Midsummer Child, so I just keep that there. This basket is also from Primark, and I just have like my, well, reading journal, but I don't actually use it. This is just one from Maluma Crate. I intended to use it but just haven't, so I have that in there. And then I also have my diary, which I like put my schedule in and stuff, and then my reading journal that I started and didn't finish. So yeah, I just keep those there and I think it looks so pretty. I don't know why it's not focusing very well. I did drop my camera in a mug of coffee the other day, so maybe that's why. But yeah, I just really like the aesthetic of like this colour scheme, and the gold like on this book matches the gold on the spines, so I just thought it looked really nice. And then I just have this random Love Yourself BTS album and another notebook that I got in a book box that I just thought looked quite pretty there, so I just kind of put those randomly on the end, and now it doesn't want to stand up. So yeah, that is the shelves. Then here we have the desk. This is from Amazon. I got like an L-shaped one because I found from all the desks I've had over the years that just this size is not big enough for me, and I just wanted a really large workspace. So I did get this one on Amazon. Would definitely recommend it. Really love it so far. Haven't had any issues. Then I have this here. I got this in like the clearance section from TK Maxx. I don't really know what it's supposed to be used for, but I've just put random stuff in it. So I just have a My Neighbour Totoro book there, some washi tapes and things here, and a random lipstick. My Tay photo card, prized possession, love you. This fake plant from Primark, some Penguin Clothman classics. I haven't actually ever finished reading either of these, but I still love collecting any editions I can get my hands on of them. And I just love these so much. I just think they're gorgeous, and I don't know, I just kind of wanted them there, and I feel like they kind of match the poster. This is actually wrapping, well, it is a poster, but it's in the wrapping paper section at Waterstones. I got this at work. I don't know if we still sell this, but it's literally just like wrapping paper, technically that's what it comes under. But it's just a celestial chart. It was literally like £2, and yeah, I just thought it looks really cool. I love anything to do with like the night sky, the moon, that sort of thing, and I just thought it looked cool, so I stuck that on there. And then I have some random Fairy Tarot cards. I've got a Pharaoh one there. And then here I just have some books that I'm either like currently reading or want to read. So I have these, and then I recently got this, which I love. These, they're not new, but like they're the most recent publication, I think, of Sailor Moon. They're just like these new collector's editions, so they're called Eternal Edition. So this is volume 1, and it's like large like print like that. So I did recently buy that, and I'm really excited to read it soon. Then I have this here, which is from a book box. I think this is from Fairy Loot, and it just says Portal Magic, and I just keep some like technical stuff in there, like my hard drive and things like that. And I thought again that kind of matched with this, so I keep it there. I have this random candle from Primark. I had nowhere to put this, and I don't even know why I bought it, so I thought I'd put it here because again matches the poster. Then we have Mr. Toast, which I love him so much. Look how cute this is. Oh, I love him. Like, oh, he's so cute. As soon as I saw him, I had to buy myself him. So yeah, he's my little light. I absolutely adore him. And then we just have some random prints and stuff on the wall. So I haven't finished doing this yet. I want to put a lot more on here. But I just have really random ones. I have this Stray Kids one that I absolutely freaking love. I got this at Comic-Con last year, and I cannot remember the artist. So if anyone recognises the artist, it was a really small business, so chances are you probably don't. But if you do, or you are the artist, please let me know, because I just love it so much and I want to buy more of them. So yeah, I have that Stray Kids poster. This was a card from Waterstones I got for my birthday for my manager that I've cut down because it's one of my favourite paintings, but like with a cat, and it's just funny. This bookmark, which I can't remember where this is from, and this is obviously Kiki, but I think it's by Moon Emporium is the Etsy store. I think it was an Etsy store. They very kindly sent me some of their bookmarks, and I loved this one, so I stuck it on the wall. This is from Cass. She very kindly sent me some prints of the maps that she hand draws. So this one is of Prithian, so I had to stick it on here. I love it so much. So yeah, this is from Cass. I'll link her down below. Go and check out her channel and her store. So yeah, I have that. Some random tarot cards from Fairy Loot, Tay Polaroid thing, and then I just have some other prints there from Fairy Loot as well. Some Demon Slayer tarot cards and just random things. And then I love these. I got both Sophie, Hal and Calcifer from Etsy years ago randomly. Someone had drawn them and I bought them, so that's where they're from. And then down here I have this Haku candle, which I love, from Bookish Burns. Sadly they are closing down though, so yeah, I'm really sad. But I love it, and it matches my like pink aesthetic I have going here. I have this JK proof photo card thing in the little stand. Love him. And then I have this light. I'm not going to turn it on, but it's so pretty. This is from Asda if you're in the UK. It was only £12. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. It only needs batteries. And it's like the perfect pink to match my keyboard, so I was so happy when I found that. So I have my keyboard and mouse, which is from Amazon, along with this mat, also from Amazon. Absolutely love this. Like, oh, I just love the sound and the click of the mouse as well. Love it. Pretty much everything here is from Amazon. Like this stand is from Amazon. So I've just got my laptop down there. And then on here, right, don't come for me in the comments. I know it needs dusting. So I have this pink alarm clock thing, which I don't really use. A little to-do list, cute pad. And then I have these Demon Slayer little figures. I got these at Waterstones. Love them. Nezuko is just so cute. Oh, look at it. I just thought these were like really nice to put on here. I got them for my birthday. I have this proof thing here. of JK again. I love it. I just put it there so it could hide the wire at the back a little bit. But I actually really like it. And then I have my Sally Pop, which glows in the dark, which is cute, and little kitty cats. Oh, and speaking of cats, Frankie is here. I may as well show you. This is my desk chair, also from Amazon. Really love it. Frankie is obsessed with it. He sleeps here all day, every day, all night. He never moves from it. He loves it so much. So yeah, here's Frankie. Hi, Frankie. So yeah, Frankie loves sleeping on it. Do you approve? Is it comfortable, Frankie? Yeah. So yeah, Frankie loves the chair. But yeah, I have that, and then I have my monitor. I can't remember what brand it is. It begins with K. I don't know if you can maybe see if it'll focus. It is there somewhere. Oh, it's somewhere. It begins with K. It's from Amazon. Jamie got me it for my birthday. I really wanted a monitor so that I can have a bigger screen to edit my videos on, because my laptop is literally on the verge of death. So I need a new laptop still, but this screen is just not it, and I just wanted a better like workspace. So I have this, and I'm also going to get a webcam soon so that I can like stream on Patreon and do live shows and productivity sprints, so I can like work on there and then use the webcam as well on the laptop at the same time, if that makes sense. And I just have this Naruto little ambient thing on because I recently started watching it and I'm obsessed with it now. Like, it's so freaking funny. I love it. So I just put that on there for now. I have this cute little cat mug which I love, that was very kindly sent. And then I have my little Illumicrate pots that I keep all my pens in, and some bookmarks. I have some annotation supplies in here, some random washi tape and a random candle, this amethyst crystal. If you're an OG subscriber, you've probably seen this on my desk for years. So yeah, I love my amethyst crystal. And then I have a random stack of books that I kind of want to read but keep forgetting about. Some butterfly sticky tabs, this little thing I got from a publisher. And then I have this light which is by BenQ. I got sent this years ago, like pre-COVID, and yeah, I decided to put it on my desk because it's like the perfect space to put it. So yeah, that's from BenQ. And just the temperature and stuff, obviously this isn't sponsored, but it was gifted a few years ago now, and I do really like it. It's a good light. So I just have that there. Also needs dusting. But yeah, as you can see, this is the entire desk space. So I hope that the people who commented really wanting to see it, you enjoyed this and it was in depth enough for you. I'm so happy with this space. I'm one of those people who needs a clean and tidy and bright work environment to be productive and to be motivated. And I did have a desk in my library room, but it was just so dark in there, and like I just was not motivated to read, and I didn't have a proper desk chair. So like my chair was too low and I get really bad back pain, so I'd end up like just going and editing or doing emails in my bed or something, and I'd just fall asleep or put something on and not work. So having this space is just so much better. I've honestly been neglecting my library though since I made this like my office. I literally just sit in here all the time now because I just love it. Like, I love it. I sit here and eat my dinner, I sit here and watch Netflix and anime and stuff, and I sit here and work, whatever. Like, I just love it so much, and I'm so happy that I finally have a good workspace. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy that mini tour. I'm gonna go now because I really want to watch another episode of Naruto. Like, I'm on like episode 20 something now, and like things are getting so interesting and so good. But I know if I put one episode on, then it leads to another one and I won't do any reading. But yeah, anyways, I will catch up with you guys when I do have a reading update. So goodbye for now. Hope you enjoyed my little desk tour. Okay, hi guys. So it's been a while since I updated this vlog. Today is Friday. it is the 21st of April, so I really don't know when I last gave you guys an update. It was probably like a week ago, maybe even longer, but I'm here anyway to give you guys one. So my reading plans kind of went out the window. I got super busy, super tired over the last weekend, and I just didn't really do any reading. And then I wasn't like in a slump, but I was just like not in the mood to read earlier this week. And then I had a horrible thing happen to me that just made my anxiety spike, and I was just like a little ball of anxiety for a couple of days, and I could not focus on anything. So I couldn't read, and I was just getting a bit fed up. So finally yesterday I was like, I need to get myself out of this. Like, you know, I can't let anxiety win. I need to like do something. And yesterday was like a really lovely sunny day, so I thought I'll go to my parents' house, I'll relax in their garden with a book all day, and I did that, and I finally read something. But before we get there, let's talk about what I was reading before that. So my reading plans I originally talked about gone out the window.
Who would have thought? Not me.
For some reason, don't ask me how or why, we ended up here, but we did. I started Haunting Adeline by H.G. Carlton. I'm actually reading this on my Kindle. My bookmark is at 282 in here, but I know I'm a little bit further than that. I don't know why I decided to read this. I guess the Zade Meadows girlies finally got to me, but I decided to give it a read, and I have mixed thoughts about this book. This is a book that you should not go into without checking the trigger warnings, and even then, I probably wouldn't recommend this book to a lot of people, but I'm kind of enjoying it. I know. This is a dark romance. I read one dark romance before, but not like this. This is like the darkest romance I've ever read in my life. There's certain things in here I definitely do not like and are definitely not right. But for some reason, I'm kind of enjoying my time reading it. I've flown through the first half. So I mean, yeah. I don't know, but for some reason I kind of am liking this. But one thing I will say is the editing for this book. Where is it? Is editing in the room with us right now? Because oh my days, there was one particular phrase in here that just like, I think I did the biggest eye roll and the biggest like, are you actually kidding me in my life? Because what the hell is a pregnant pause, please? What is a pregnant pause?
Bombastic side-eye. Criminal offensive side-eye.
That does not belong in a sentence together, like, just no. So yeah, the writing in here isn't the best, but I kind of like our main character, and I think that's what keeps me reading. Plus, I like Zade Meadows, kind of. Like, this is kind of hard to talk about because of what this book's about, and I don't want to talk about what the book's about in case it does, like, trigger anyone or anything. Like I said, this book is very taboo, but let's just say when you're reading this book, it's like the lights are on but nobody's home, you know, like you're just kind of going along with it, trying not to take it too seriously, trying not to think too hard about it, which isn't really the best thing to do, but at the same time I feel like it's the only way you can read this book. And like, is the love interest, and I wouldn't even call him a love interest, a good person? No. Is he a murderer? Yes.
Oh, he's kind of cute. He's a murderer, but he's kind of cute.
Is he just all around not a great guy? Also yes. But for some reason, I can't stop reading this, and I am enjoying it weirdly. I never thought I'd say that. But yeah, I don't know why I decided to read this, but I did. So I am halfway through it, but I literally binged like 50% of this book within like a day and a half on my Kindle, on like my commutes and stuff. And then I had like a horrible incident happen on the train home the other evening, which just kind of put me off reading dark romance, because I've been like super scared to like even leave my house and like just like really anxious. So reading a book like this definitely wasn't good for me, so I did put it on pause and I haven't picked it back up since. I don't know exactly when I'm gonna return to this book because it is very dark, but I hope I can finally get back to this book soon. So yes, anyway, I did end up starting this book, and that's that. And then I didn't read for a couple of days, as I said, because I had like a whole mental health thing happened where I just couldn't read. But yesterday I finally snapped out of it. I went to my parents for the day. It was a lovely sunny day. I got sunburnt because I'm an idiot, so here's your reminder to remember to put sunscreen on. I usually always wear sunscreen every day, but yesterday I'm gonna blame it on the fact that I just was not mentally there. I just forgot, and I sat in the garden all day without even thinking, and my right arm is bright red, my forehead and my nose, you can't really tell because I have makeup on, very sunburned. But I sat all day and I read this book in one sitting, and that is Twisted Love by Anna Huang. So I've had this book on my shelf for the best part of a year and a half now. I actually own the other two, I think it's just two that accompany this one. Yeah, I bought this ages ago, and that's why it's like not the traditional paperback version, it's like the self-pub version, I think. Yeah, I bought this ages ago because I started to hear it was a really good romance, and I was in like a romance phase, and then I just never bothered reading it, and it's kind of just sat there. And I've always been intrigued because it's very, very popular. We sell it a lot at the bookstore I work at, and obviously the book talk girlies love this, so I kind of really wanted to give it a go. And I was inspired by my friend Jan, who's actually reading the fine print. I saw her like put up an Instagram story or something saying she'd started it and she was loving it, so I picked that book up originally to take with me to start reading because I just knew I couldn't read this at the moment. And then I saw this next to it on the shelf, and I was like, I'm going to take both and just decide what I want to read, because Jan inspired me to pick up a romance book. So I took this one and I ended up starting this one, and obviously didn't stop reading it, and I read it in one sitting. So I did give this 4 stars, and I did really enjoy it. The thing I liked the most about this book is that our love interest isn't like a really nice guy, you know, he's not this romantic, like idealized version of what a lot of love interests are in books. He's very rough around the edges, he is not shy about it, he knows what he likes. It's kind of like if you took Christian Grey, I think is his name, from 50 Shades of Grey, but made him less like Christian Grey. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like those sort of things were there, like that sort of character, but this character had like more dimension. Yeah, I liked how he just wasn't your stereotypical good boy, like he was a bad boy, like there was no getting around it, he is. And there's also like a subplot in here about revenge and a sort of mystery element, both regarding our main character and the love interest, which I really, really liked. I loved how this didn't have a thriller or murder mystery element, but it was like something similar. Like it wasn't strictly a romance, like there was a plot twist, and that plot twist was really interesting. I really liked it. Was all of it kind of far-fetched, even for someone who's extremely wealthy, who can unfortunately with money buy power and other things? Yes, it was still far-fetched. Like, I'm sorry, but this just would not fly in the real world. But like obviously that's the point, it is fiction. So although it was very, very far-fetched, I did still really enjoy it, and I loved the kind of plot twist and this subplot of like this kind of revenge plot slash mystery element, and I really like how that played out. I liked how the third act conflict, because of course every romance book has a third act conflict. It wasn't a stupid kind of, well, it was kind of miscommunication, kind of, not really, but you could argue it, but it wasn't like your typical one. It kind of made sense with the subplot that was happening in here. Like it made sense, it was a good conflict, and I liked how it wasn't just wrapped up very quickly and she, like, you know, is all like, oh yeah, let's get back together, like blah, 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 like let's, you know, just be cool. Like it was not like that, you know. She made him work for it, and that part was realistic, and I liked that. So overall I felt like this was a very, very good romance book, especially if you like a bad boy, and it definitely had, you know, those rich bad boy vibes. This is her brother's best friend kind of romance as well. But yeah, I did really enjoy it, and I was surprised by how much I liked it. So I don't know if I'm definitely going to read the next book straight away. I'm not sure what to read today. I'm going out with my sister shortly, and then we're going to be getting out for lunch with my mum, so I don't know how much reading I'll get done today, and I have work all weekend, so I may wrap up this vlog when I get home. But I'm going to figure out what book I want to take with me today. I might read for a little bit at Waterstones or something whilst I pop into town before I get lunch. I did want to come on and update you guys. So I finished one book. I haven't read anything that I actually originally planned to read in this vlog, and I did start the most random dark romance book that I never thought I'd really enjoy. So yes, anyways, I'm gonna go and finish getting myself ready, get ready to leave, figure out what book I want to take with me, and like I said, I will probably catch up with you guys when I get home. But that's all my reading updates and things like that. So yeah, I guess I will catch up with you very soon. Okay, hi guys. So I have no idea when I last updated this vlog or what my update was. and I'm extremely tired right now. I've had a long day at work and I just want to crawl into bed. But I wanted to quickly wrap up this vlog, so I don't think I have done any more reading since I last updated you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. I hope you did enjoy it. Let me know down below in the comments what you've been reading recently, if you've read any of the books that I mentioned in this vlog and what your thoughts were on them. Also, of course, if you do have any book recommendations, anime recommendations, K-drama recommendations, anything, just leave them in the comments down below and let me know how you're doing. I hope you're doing well, and don't forget to check out all the links in my description box. There is an affiliate link to a brew tea subscription box, which I showed earlier in this vlog. They very kindly gifted me one of their tea boxes and I loved it, so I will have a link and a discount code down below. I'll also link Cass's shop for the art that I mentioned as well, and anything else I've mentioned in this vlog, which I can't remember, I will also link down below. You can also find the link to my Bookstagram, to my manga account, and you can also find the links to my Goodreads and things like that, and my Patreon. And my Patreon is where you're going to find extra videos, a monthly buddy read, a monthly readathon, a Discord, live shows, and lots of other extras. That is all over on my Patreon if you are interested. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a butterfly emoji in the comments, and yeah, I hope you're all safe and well. Hello, Lila. Are you okay? What I was gonna say is I hope you're all safe and well. I hope you're reading lots of good books, and me and Lila will see you in the next video. Bye.